Hello and welcome to Digital Sin Gaming. I am Syntosis and this is episode 9, I think, of Digital... It's not even Digital, it's Direwolf20. I'm losing the plot right now. Thank you to all those who have subscribed, because I really appreciate it. We're up to 227 now. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Well, I think so, so whatever. Okay, so we ended up last episode where we have an ME system. Excuse me. We have an ME system. We're playing around with it, with whatever, blah 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 blah. Now we need to start sort of looking at stuff, and maybe if I turn my mic down, because that's going into the red quite a bit. Hello. Oh, that's better. Right, now I can shout and nobody will get their ears blown off. Not that I'm really going to shout. Anyway, going to it. We've got the crafting terminal. Now, I've got a pattern in there for a molecular assembler, which I'm going to be playing around with today. We've also got a 4 ME storage system, and that took bloody ages to make. So, I figured that we would get a bunch of stuff there, and we would go in the beginning of the episode. I figured we would go here, check out what had been happening. We grabbed that, and some coal, and well, should we take some gold? Let's take some gold. Somebody said maybe I should get into gobber. I kind of like the look of it. I'm not going to lie; it does look pretty cool. However, I will definitely want to automate some of these things, so I'm going to leave it for the moment. But I'm definitely going to do it. Did that really get... that run out of stuff? Okay, fair enough. Right, let's disappear. So we've grabbed a whole bunch of stuff from here. Let's go back. So that's doing pretty well. It's still chugging along. I mean, obviously, it needs way more power. But we're gonna sort that out at some point. We're not gonna sort that out right now because we just don't have the time. Plus, we don't have the power, and I'm sick and tired of building those bloody blocks. So we're gonna need to automate. Now we have an ME system, haha. Hence the reason why we have a pattern called the molecular assembler. So the molecular assembler is essentially where things get crafted. Now there's a few other things that go along with it. So this ain't the first block that we're going to make, and it ain't the last block we're going to make. However, a molecular assembler essentially is a crafting table. So it hooks up to the system. It gets fed by the system, funnily enough, and then it creates the item in there, and then it gets pulled back out, and everything's good. So essentially, think of this thing as a crafting table. Now, you can only craft one thing in it at a time, so it is a proper crafting table. However, we have got some cool stuff here. So we've got our molecular assembler, which is the beginning, right? So now what we need is we need to be able to make stuff, right? So this is complicated. This is why I don't usually go for applied energistics. This is why I usually go for refined, because it's insanely simple compared to this. But this is insanely powerful. And very cool. So, bear with me. There are a number of blocks that you need. You need to be able to craft something in there, hence the molecular assembler. So essentially, you've got to have your crafting table. That's your area where it gets crafted. You then need to feed it the items, right? So there is a whole bunch of these blocks up here, and down here, and all around. Now, there's a pattern provider, which pretty much does what it says on the tin, provides patterns. So we need to go and we need to get some more patterns. So let's have a look at this. Right, we need to be able to get a couple... Where's my wood? It's in that chest. My wood, where is the wood? Where the hell did I put it now? I might have to use the jungle wood. I really didn't, because I like the wood. Really didn't want to. Oh well, never mind. It is what it is. Let's go use the jungle wood. Right, so what we need to do is we need to create a couple of these. I'm going to create 4 because I'm sick and tired of coming back here. So we're going to shove those back in there. What else did we need? We needed some construction destruction cores, I think. So if we do that and that, and then we go back to a provider. So we know what block it is now. So we got an ME provider. So essentially what this does is it takes your pattern and it grabs all the pieces to it and it gives it, so provides it to the other block here, the molecular assembler. So we need a formation and an annihilation, which is one of those, which is stuff that I don't have, which is always good. It's always handy to not have things that you need at the time. I thought I'd done all this. Oh, I haven't finished it. Right, okay, fair enough. Okay, I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So printed logic circuit. Was it redstone and one of those? No, hang on. That's finished, right? Is that finished? No, it needs redstone and silicon. And so silicon. All right, there we go. That's why I cooked this stuff up. I couldn't remember why I cooked up a whole bunch of stuff. Well, now I know. And now you've got to sit for it. Fine, because it's not going to take that long. Yeah, so what we need is we need to provide the patterns to the molecular assembler, hence the reason why we need one of these provider thingamajiggies. That will then sit next to the molecular assembler and basically just provide the patterns that we give it to there so that it will get built. Now that I'm pretty sure can hold a few, and there are some upgrades that you can put on these machines to make them hold a little bit more and also speed up. So we will get into that, but at the very basic level, you need one of them, one of these. So, all right, what else do we need? We need one of these. So we need one of them. So we need 2 of them. So if we go 1, 2, that should give us our first one. And then we need, what is it, inscriber? No, it's a logic. All right, so we need the logic one. Do we need the logic? Yeah, we need the logic one. There we go. Okay, so we get another logic. We'll get this one done, and then we'll probably need more, so we'll come back. But anyway, we'll do this one, and this one. Obviously, we're going to automate this. Don't worry, we will automate it. I just want the bigger system first. Right, then we're going to go over to here, and what we're going to... Oh, we need flux dust, which is here. So we got flux crystals, which is fine. So we need to crush them. Oh, that's the point. Actually, over here, I put the Certus quartz. Now, there's a really cool thing with this. So if we go and put one of these in there, like so, that gets charged, right? You've seen me do that. Perfectly fine. That doesn't give us anything, so that's fine. Right, so if we go over to here, right, and we take... Oh, I haven't got a block of Certus. Probably would be helpful, wouldn't it? No. Oh, hang on. We can make a block of Certus, right? We get them from them, and them from this. One of those drops Certus crystals, or it drops dust. Or we can... Can we break that now? We can! Look, we got a crystal. Haha. And we get that. I don't know how many crystals we need. Basically, when these grow, they've got a chance. Like obviously, when they grow to the full extent, they've got different. That's now damaged. So they're different versions of it. Now, is it 9 or 4? It's 4. Okay, so we got a Certus block, right? Now, here's the really cool thing. So we're going to go over to here, and we're going to do this 3 times. Okay, so that's what? That's 2. And then the third one is here. Because you can only do this 3 times. You can't upgrade them anymore. We're going to go over here. We're going to throw our Certus block in there and one of the charged. And then wait a second. And boom. It now gives us damaged quartz. We throw that in there and we throw another charged in. And we get a... What do we get? A chipped. And we throw it in there with another one of those. And we should get... flawed. There we go. There's different levels that you can put these on, right? Now, what we are going to do is we've got Sky Stone. That's a bit overkill, really, but we're going to shove that down there, and then we're going to put this here, and then we're going to take away this block, okay? Because as you can see, these crystals grow any face, so you want to try and keep them as... Oh, that's a little bit too close to that one. So they're not going to grow in the same block. I should have spaced it one more. I'm not going to touch it at the moment. I'm just, just be aware that space it 2 blocks apart. But they grow, and when they get to the biggest one, then obviously harvesting, you get crystals and stuff, which makes life a little bit easier when you've got those crystals. So that's quite cool. So that then allows you to get all the fluix and all that kind of. So what we are going to do is, obviously we need some fluix. So we're going to go over here, and we're just going to shove a... Is it in there that we put it? How do we get fluix again? Oh, fluix dust. Oh, we put it in that thing. Right, okay. I forgot about that. So let's... 1. Oh, come on. I need 2 of these at the very minimum. That's 2. So you can't put 2 of these in here. You can only do it 1 at a time. Which is fine, but it's just, time consuming. So, yeah. But anyway, we got our 4. We only need 2 at the moment for this block, but we're going to use that one. So there we go. Right. So now we should be able to do our formation, which gives us 2 of them. And we should be able to do our annihilation, which gives us 2. We'll put those in the system, and then we'll hit the button and we'll get our ME pattern provider. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put those back in the system. I'm not going to create another one. Okay. Now, there are a couple of other things that we need, which, as I said, it gets really complicated really quickly. So now we've got the ability to provide a pattern to the molecular assembler. And if we place this down, so if we put that down there and we put that down there, that will connect, right? Now, remember, we've only got 8 channels. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 already in this system, okay? And we will address that with different types of cable, the bundled cable and the special cable and the smart cable and, the big fat cable and whatever other cable it's called. We will sort that out. But right now, this can hold pattern to provide. And then this basically crafts. Yeah? Now, you can put a pattern in there and it will only craft that one. But we're going to provide it with that information from the provider. Okay? What else do we need? See, we need to be able to make patterns. And we need to be able to have processing power, because it's like a big computer. You need to give it a CPU. And the CPU is a crafting unit. Kind of. You need storage, but it's essentially a crafting unit plus a 1K or a 4K or a whatever K to give you that amount of capacity. And then obviously a crafting co-processing unit means that you can do, so each one of these can only talk to one of these at a time. Okay? Because there's one, you're going to have one processor, 1K storage, which gives you a certain amount of, and we'll show that in a moment, but a certain amount of bandwidth. And then for each additional thing that you want to do, you need to add more. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good way of... Oh, for Christ's sake, calculators are printed in Scriber. Right, okay. I've only got one. Because I played around. Okay, so one of the things in that gives me that. So if I do... that. Yeah, take that. Throw that in there and throw one of them in there. That gives me 2. Now if I go charge these up, I should get 4. Now the things over here do grow very, very slowly. However, there are some ways that we can speed that up. And one of them is like a resonance thing. I don't even know what it's called. Where is it? crystal growth accelerator. There we go. So we could do a fluix block and then get a crystal growth accelerator. That would speed up things quite significantly. But we don't have the resources yet to do that. So not good. No, we'll chuck that in there. It should ignore the fluix. There we go. Okay, so we've now got 4 quartz crystals, which means that we can now go ahead and do our 2 that we need. So we need an inscriber. That's not the right press. It's inscriber press, calculation press. Is that the one? Yeah, there we go. So that should give us our thing there. And it should give us another one. So that should give us 2. Now, how many do we need? We need 2 for this 1 block. Not the greatest, but, you know, it is what it is. So we'll stick one of them, and one of them. It should give us our proper circuit. And then again, one of them, and one of them. So now we should have 2 of those. What else do we need for this crafting block? We need some fluix cable. Oh, crap. Yeah, I've only got 1. So I need fluix cable. So let's go over here and we'll go for that, and that. Okay, so we've got 4. Running low on fluix again. Awesome. Love it. Best thing ever. Ah, crap. I need one of them. Right. Inscriber engineering. Nope. That one. Nope. This one. Yep. So, one of them, and one of them. That should hopefully get us our crafting unit. Now, obviously, we are going to craft the hell out of things. So it's going to be a lot easier crafting this stuff going forward. But for the first time, it is completely 150% pain in the ass. Right, so we've got one of these. Now, we can't just use this on its own. It needs to have a bloody coprocessor. Oh, it doesn't need a coprocessor. It needs a crafting storage. So we need to add this, which I don't want to add one of them. So we're going to need lots more crystals. Crap. Should we get 1k first? Because a 4k sounds like in the arse. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 crystals roughly. 15, 16. Oh my god. I don't have that many crystals. I don't even know whether I can get that many crystals. Let's see if we can get a couple more. You know what would be good though is if we moved the pond. Our indoor pond. We should move it to over there. Alright, so this should be 4, right? Oh, let them mix. Come on, let them sort themselves out. There we go. Right, so that's 4. So now these 4 we can double them. So we're going to double them. Yeah, come on, hurry up. I'm busy here. Oh, I'm recording a video. Why can't you hurry up? Right, so now we should go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we should go find the 4 and just lob them. Right, and then we wait. Blah, 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 blah. And then it goes. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Sorted. There's 8. Right, so now I need some more. And now I need some crystal. So I need a couple. So what you can do is when they're not fully grown, you can whack them and you get dust, which is kind of cool. Right, so now we should be able to do what, 4 more? Yeah, we'll do 4 more. Cool. We won't do 4 more. We'll do a few more than 4 more. We'll do 5 because I'm stupid and didn't stop at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do 3, 4. We'll keep that one because that one's our friend. Right, let's jump down and grab those. Right, so we've got 11. Why have we only got 11? Because I'm stupid and couldn't count, and instinctively I did it right the first time. That's weird. Okay, so we got 13. Now we got 13. That's how many we need, right? So let's go and do the rest of this crap, like the 1k, and then so we'll do the 1k's first, which is these. So we need 3 freaking logic circuits now. So logic. Who's got the logic? Certainly not me. We got to automate this crap. come on. This is what we're doing. We need to automate because it's driving me nuts already. And I've only just started. But then refined isn't as good. It isn't that good either when it with the repetitive shit. Like once you get the crafter, really simple. Like not even lying. Like once you got those, you just don't have to worry. I mean, this is pretty much the same, but it's just. Ugh. It's tedious. We should get some upgrades maybe, but then the upgrades use the circuits, so it's better to automate the circuits first. Plus we need more space, and more space means doing stuff like this, which is going to drive me nuts. So we have to do this. It's a vicious cycle. That and we don't have enough resources to do anything else. So we've got 5 of them, and we're going to make 5 of these. So that, and that. Come on, redstone. Cool. Okay. So we've got those. So we got those crafting. So let's go over to here, and we need 1, 2, 3 of those to make a 4. So we need a 1, 2, 3 of those plus a calculation one, which is why I've got the other thing. So let's make a calculation. So we need that, that, and that. And that will make our calculation press, right? Or calculation circuit. And we need to make these 4 into fully fledged things. Oh, redstone. Come on. You can do it. No. Wrong way. One of them, and one of them. I didn't realize you could get it around the wrong way. That's insane. All right, one of them, one of them, one of them. We only need 3, I know, but I'm going to do this so that I've got inventory space because it's got no space. So we're going to do these 5 anyway. And then we've got one of these calculation presses, which should give us everything we need, I think, unless I'm looking at things wrong and doing stupid shit again. Oh, crap. They need to be energized. So yeah, stupid shit again. I like the Energizer. I mean, it's not that slow. There are some times when it doesn't bit immediately, but most of the time it's pretty quick. So there we go. And charged, and charged. Come on, charge. There we go. Charge again. You could do it. I love the little graphics, though. I think that's pretty cool. I've always liked the graphics, though, on Applied Energistics. It's always had some really good stuff. And I love the smart cables. The smart cables and the fat cables, they're really cool. But we'll get to them and I'll show you how cool they look. Right. Oh, I could have just not used charged. Well, ain't I special? Ugh, God's sake. Right, so we need 3 of these. Alright, and then we need 3 of those goes into a 4K. Like that, with some special glass. Let's put the glass in there and let's get some special glass because it's special. Quartz glass. Ow, for Christ's sake. Oh, we might have enough. 1, 2, 3. No, we needed 1 more. Come on. No way. We only need 1 more. You're having a laugh. Have we got 1 more floating around anywhere? Well, we ain't in there. What about in there? Nope. What about my backpack? Have I got anything in? Nope, nothing in there. What about this backpack? Come on, I just need 1. It's not in there either. What about in here? Nope. What about up here? No. Why is it always the way? I just need 1 more. Come on. You're having a laugh. And I was so sure that I was prepared. But I wasn't, as usual. You know, I sit down, I go through some stuff, and I go, right, I'm going to do this today in this episode. Right, what do I need? This stuff. Okay, let's do it. Oh, hang on, it grew. So we'll take you. Thank you. You're our one. And then usually I get halfway through and I think, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Right, quartz glass. Perfect. I can't be put in the system because there's too much crap in it. Right, let's have a look. So a 4K gives me one of them. So that's one of them. And then a 4K crafting storage is one of these and one of those, which is that. Now this has to be plugged in the network. Now that gives us our 4K. So 4090. 1048, 4000. I don't know. 4096 in it or something. We'll find out in a minute. But yeah. This gives us our 4K storage. This gives our pattern provider. This will build the actual thing. So there's only one thing really missing, and that's the pattern, which is actually a few things missing because we need to be able to build the pattern. So we need a pattern thing, maker thing. So over here, you've bright illuminated panels, you've got dark illuminated, you've got ME storage bus, ME blah, 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 blah. And as you go along the things, you've got an ME pattern encoding terminal, which is the one that we actually need. So we need an engineering, which is a printed engineering circuit, which is a diamond. So if we go over here and we do an engineering, printed engineering thingamy jiggy, yeah, we'll have one of them and one of them. We need a silicon thing, which is one of these. So we'll go boom with one of them. We'll go one of them and one of them, which gives us our base for our circuit. I mean, realistically, we could just do a whole bunch of these in one go. We could automate that pretty easily, actually. That might be an idea. Yeah, one of these, which gives us one of these. Ta-da! Okay, so we got one of them. So we need a terminal, ME terminal pattern encoding. There we go. Encoding terminal. We need an ME crafting terminal, which means we need a calculation press, which means we need bloody Certus. And we don't have any Certus until this thing grows up. Well, that's annoying. However, what do we got else we can get done? So we need one of those terminals. We know that. We'll deal with it in a minute. Right, so we can get a terminal shortly. So there's a whole bunch of dense cable, smart cable, all that kind of stuff, which we will definitely get into because to sort out the channels, that's awesome. Right, the other thing that we need is blank patterns, which again use yay, and glowstone. Oh, even better. And quartz glass. And it gives us 2 blank patterns, which is not a lot. Because you think about how many things you want to make in this thing. That's a hell of a lot of things to make. So, I'm going to... yeah, wait, I think. Because I don't think I've got another choice. One of these growth... oh, hang on. We might be able to make a growth thing. Ooh, we might just be able to make a growth thing. Oh, yeah. And we got 1 Fluix. Not good. Okay, so we got 1 little bit there. We got 1 little bit there. And then there's an... so I'm going to make this one. No, I'm not. That one's now damaged. That one's now chipped. That one's now damaged. Every time you smack it, you've got a chance at... yeah, there we go. Of damaging this block, right? So really what we need to do is put it over here, like just there. And then we need to take one of these blocks, which I don't know if they do transfer. They do. But they go back to a Certus block. That's not good. But I take this one. And then I do this. I can get 4 crystals, which means I can now energize the 3 of these, right? Yep, there we go. Energize 3 of these. Take this Certus block, because that's all it is. It's just a Certus block. You throw that in the water, and then you throw 3 energized ones in. You can do it at a time, but I just found that you could do all 3 at the same time. And you get a flawed budding, which is exactly what we need. So now what we can do is we can go over here, and we can go boom, 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 and get rid of this crap. Because I forgot to not put it so close. And then we slap that thing on top, and now... this thing should get power to make this thing go a bit faster. Yeah, it don't look so. But apparently, oh, device is offline. Why is it offline? Why is it not connected? Really? That's connected. That's connected to there. That's connected to... Oh, this thing doesn't connect, does it? Oh, you know what? We can fix that problem by just swapping things around a little bit, like so. Oh, hang on a minute. Is it one of those that needs to be on its side or something? Like so. Oh, there we are. Yep. So, power goes in at the bottom, guys. Look at this blood thing grow. Sweet. Okay, so that's going to make things a bit more interesting. I think that one's fully grown. Is that fully grown? Large Certus quartz bud. Ah, that wasn't fully grown. That was fully grown. And I got crystals as well. Nice. No, you're medium, so you're not done yet. You're medium, so you're not done. You're now large, so we'll have you. What are you? You're large, so what are you? Damaged budding. Small Certus quartz bud. Medium. Look at this. Look, another one's growing. Actually, just one of these things is pretty quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually not... I'm pretty impressed with that. That's nuts. Right, we're going to put this thing down here. That's really cool. This is the first time that I've played with the Crystal Growth Accelerator since they changed it. So, yeah, I'm actually quite impressed with this. This is just one. You can put them all around and just leave one face open. But I think a couple of these, I think we need to work out a way of automating this as well. So maybe what we do is put a whole bunch of destruction things around it and then just tell it that when it's there, just take it. That would be cool. All right, so I think depending... So because this is a quartz block, it will only go up to medium, right? I think that's what that whole thing was saying, yeah? So if we do this, and we go and have a look, and... where are we? So if we go and create these, yeah? We want to do those. We want to create those. So there, look. So, blah, 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 into that, right? So this into that. Fully grown quartz blood drops that, yeah? So I'm pretty sure that there's only a certain, it will only get to a certain level. And it won't grow anymore because this is now a Certus quartz, right? So now I need to go and charge up another one. So I'm going to take this and then I'm going to take, oh, we've only got one. Okay, so we need to make some more of those. So let's go make some more. I like the fact that you can, you know, duplicate them. That's kind of cool. But the duplication process is rather annoying. So I've got to charge these up and then duplicate them that way. Now, what did we need? We needed a couple, didn't we, for the other bits and pieces. So let's charge these and get these duplicated as well. We're going to move that water source because I'm sick and tired of running away from it. Running over to it. So we're going to move it over here, I think. Yeah. Why not? It's a swimming pool in the house. Where's the buckets? I don't know, but let's just make a couple more. And put those in there, and then just go and get two more. There we go. And we'll have water sources because, you know, it's like a penthouse. There we go. And then we can shove that up there, that down there, and we can just go boom and boom, boom. And then when they duplicate, we will go put those in there. See, this is how what we could do is automate this to literally just charge it up, drop it in water, charge it up, drop it in water. I think we would be able to do that quite well. Although with the growth accelerator, I don't think we would need that, would we? We'd have to make the blocks, recreate it. Yeah, that's going to get complicated. There's got to be another way of doing it, but for the moment, I'm unaware. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So those now duplicate. So we should have a little bit of a stash. Now what I'm going to do is 1. So we need 3, right? 1, 2. Come on, 2, 2, 2, 3. There we go. And then we need to throw that block in there, and we need to throw those 3 in there so that we get the best conversion out of it, which is this one. And then we go over here and we go boom. And then that starts to do magic crap. Right. Let's go and get this other terminal built. So the ME crafting terminal is not what we want. We want the encoding terminal. So we're going to grab one of these. And did we make some of those? We did. ME terminal. We need one of those, which we do have. So we've got an ME terminal now. Pattern terminal. An ME crafting terminal, which is the one that we want there. So we need one of those Certus thingamajiggies, which is not a good idea when you don't know what one it is and keep forgetting which one it is. It's the calculation. That one. And we'll have one of those. This little bugger done. Ta-da! Right, what have we got? Any silicon? No, we haven't. So let's go and make another one of those. And we'll put that in there. We'll put that in there, that in there, that in there. We'll grab our little bit there. There we go. And we'll go back over here and shove that thing here. And then we get an ME crafting terminal. Right, okay, yep, that's the one. And then we need the pattern encoding, which is one of those plus, where's the ME one? Plus one of them. And that gives us a pattern coding in terminal. And do we have any? We do have one cable. Ouch. One cable. And then we shove that on there. Now, this is our new interface. Now, as you can see, looks complicated. Pretty simple, really. You can bugger about with things all over here, which shows you stuff and the terminal settings and, you know, like use that, automatically clear the terminal, etc., etc., etc. Very cool on every terminal, as you can see, on every terminal. I'm not going to go through that. Go play with it. It's individual. It's to individual settings, so just go play with it. Some other crap over here. View cells. You can put cells in there and you can view what's in them. All that kind of good stuff. Now, down here is where it's obviously changed. So here's the crafting terminal. Now, the pattern terminal gives you a whole bunch of other stuff. So what we can do is say we have ingots and we want to make a bucket. We put 3 in there and then we have a pattern here and we hit the button and it encodes the pattern to it, right? So it shows them how to make a bucket, or it shows the system how to make a bucket and then you store it on there, right? Now, you can clear it, you can, substitutions disabled. So it means that this is an exact. You have to have the exact item in your thing. So now if you're making a bowl, for instance, out of wood, which is exactly the same recipe, but with wood, you can use lots and lots of different types of wood, right? We've got oak, we've got dark oak, we've got spruce, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. Clicking this little button means that it will use any type of wood to make the item that you're looking for. Very cool. At the moment, we know that buckets are iron. And then fluid substitutions, it tries to substitute the fluids instead. So this is when you have recipes that have fluids. Over here, this is a crafting pattern. So this is what you would use in a crafting grid. This one is a process. So you say, right, this is the stuff that I'm using. This is what it will make. So this is really good if you've got, like we're going to be doing with the printed silicon. We'll be able to tell it we need one of these, and one of these to make this. And then we'll be able to put that onto a provider, which will provide that recipe to, say, for instance, the inscriber press. Right? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. And then over here, you can do the same for the smithing table, and you can also do the same for a stone cutter. So very cool. Very, very cool. Now we need some patterns, though, because without patterns, this is pretty much crap. Because you kind of need the pattern. So here we go. Let's go and see if we've got a pattern. We can get a pattern. Ah, for Christ's sake. Nope, we can't get a pattern right now because we need one more piece of quartz glass. Now we have enough glass and we have enough glowstone and we have enough other bits and pieces. So let's go and chuck that in there and just... I don't really think I need to do this anymore. I think we can go... Oh no, they're all built. They're all made. What we got? 3... Really? I threw through... Oh no, I had 2 Certus in here from the last time. That's quite a nice find, actually. I'm quite happy with that, because that means that if I go over there now and break all the stuff off of that, if I break all the stuff off of here, I should get at least one more dust, right? Ooh, couple of crystals. What's this one? Small. This one is Certus Quartz Cluster. All right, so when it gets to Certus Quartz Cluster, it's the best one. Oh, and what are you now? You're now down to chipped. Okay, we're going to leave you alone for the moment. We're going to leave you at chipped. But look at that, 22. Oh, that's the way we do it then. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now I've got enough to do Certus Quartz Glass, which is perfect because we need it. So I'm going to get one lot of that, and then I'm going to go into here and get a couple of patterns. 2 patterns, as you can see. Can we get any more? We can. And I need to do more Certus Quartz Glass, so I'm going to leave it there. Right, now, so look. Patterns go in there. Now we can do patterny type shit. So, what is the most painful thing that we are doing right now? Apart from everything. Everything is painful right now. So let's start with a basic, shall we? We know that we're going to need a lot more storage. So we are going to need to create some more storage. Now, creating more storage requires calculation presses and that kind of stuff, which we will get into next episode because we're going to automate quite a lot of that next episode. But this episode, we need to at least be able to get the basics done. So this is basic, right? This is a basic recipe. We're going to hit the button, and this is what it's going to use to create the 1K ME storage, right? So if we have everything in the system, this is what it will create. We're going to hit the button, and we're going to put it down here. Now, what else in this part of the pattern do we need to create? Well, we need to create a logic circuit or a logic processor, right? Now, unfortunately, we don't have any more providers, so we can't do that. But I can feed the system at least one. I can then go over to here and I can put my pattern into here. Now, notice again, same as refined, when I press shift, the pattern appears. Now, when I mouse over it, it tells me what I need and what it's going to do and whether substitutions are on and all that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of other stuff here, like pattern access terminal, show or hide in the pattern access terminal, which is really cool where you can access all the terminals in one place. You've got lock crafting, never. In this case, you've got priorities, you've also got blocking mode, ignore contents of the inventory, etc. But right now, for ease of use, we're going to put, we know that we've got things, so we're going to put 4 in there, and we're going to go out to here, and we're going to go 1K, there's our 1K, and we want one of them, and we're going to hit next. Now, when we hit next, can you see at the top of the screen, it says 43 bytes. So this will take 43 bytes. Now, the more complex it gets, the more processing power you require to make that item. So the more steps, the more bytes. We've got 4,000 odd bytes, nearly 5,000. So we're okay at the moment. Now, if you were to exceed this, like so, it would say 1,132 bytes. It's missing ingredients, as you can see at the bottom, but it's not exceeding the bytes. Not that complex. However, that is complex, but it's missing ingredients. Now, we know that we don't have 12,000 bytes, so when this disappears, it will tell us we don't have the byte capacity. Not really that worried, to be honest. You can type in a number in here if you only want 2 or 12 or whatever. We only want 1 because we want to test it. Now, if we hit that button, it was created pretty bloody quick. Just immediately created. Love it. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so now, that's because that is hooked to there. Now, what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items on this bandwidth, on this line. Obviously, we need to start working out just exactly what we're going to do, expanding our network, because that one little hub over there is going to get, a bit mushed in the corner there. Plus, we're also going to need to, take out the 32 channels, which is the big cables. We're going to need a lot of cables, etc., etc. So there's a whole of a lot of stuff that we need to do to make this much more efficient. And I think what I'm going to try and do is a duplicate. We're going to try and automate some of this stuff because I need to be able to grab a whole bunch of Certus stuff and, get more crystals and all that kind of stuff. So we've got to really automate that kind of thing there. And also the other things that, you know, the inscriber press, we're going to need to make 3 more of those, 4 more, you know, 5 more, 8 more, who cares? We're going to need to create more of those. So there's at least 1 for each press. I mean, obviously some of the presses, you know, will be gold and, you know, diamond and all that kind of stuff together, but we will still need the presses, and obviously we won't feed those into the presses. We'll just leave the inscribers in there. We're going to need 1 inscriber press for making dusts. So yeah, there's probably maybe 5 more, 6 more that we need to create, but it is, you know, right now we have the first pattern in our system. We can go ahead and we can create a couple more patterns. I mean, we can do a 4K. Like if we do 4K, we can tell the system that we want a 4K. It doesn't mean that we have to have all the items to do it. I mean, we're just telling the system that, hey, this is a 4K. And then what we can do is we can go into here and say, hey, I want a 4K. And then it tells us we need 2 of those, 8 of those, 1 of those we've already got, and we're missing 1 of those, and we can craft 2 of those. So, I mean, it's a good way of actually putting in the system that you don't have craftable, just to tell you what you actually need to craft it. Now that's, you know, we've got all of this stuff pretty much. We can make those to those 3, and we've got 8 more of them. So we could make another 4K. What I'm going to do though is, obviously we're going to need to harvest a lot more Certus and quartz, and I'm going to be doing some really, really boring stuff of charging it up, throwing it in the water quite a lot. And then we'll get a nice little, I'm probably going to stop at about 3 or 4 stacks. So it's going to take me a good couple of hours, but I'm going to do that for next episode. We're also going to try and get everything that we need so that we can start expanding this network. We're going to need some dense cable because I'm going to relocate this system. The crafting system will relocate behind or down or somewhere else. And I think what we'll do is we'll keep this at the center of the base so that we can then branch out in different areas. And that will give us the best usage of that system, I think. But yeah, it's quite good to me. And I think we did all right today. We've got a first crafting, and we even learned how to use Digital Growth Accelerator. It's kind of cool. Certus quartz blocks, which means that I now need to go and get another block. So again, you know, these blocks, I actually like the way that they're kind of simple to make, but still a bit of a pain, really. I need 2 more, because it just needs 2 more. There we go. So that should then combine, and that should make our floored, and then boom, and then that should start growing. Look at that. That's so cool. All right, anyway, that is the end of the episode. I mean, we're at 50 minutes yet again, but I think this episode is quite good for the actual beginnings of the ME system. Now, I'm not going to show you all in depth for every single time, but if there's some really cool stuff, then I will do. Especially the inscriber presses and on automating those. I'm definitely going to put that in a video. But you can see what I'm going to be doing. So if you magically see one of these recipes appear, you can see they're not that difficult to do. So anyway, that's it. I'm done, I think. What the hell? That's a Certus quartz cluster already. Look at that. 2 Certus quartz. Nice. And now it's chipped. Okay. Right. Anyway, I've been Syntosis. You've been awesome. Laters.